Have you ever had a bug in your house or a bug in your building? If you have found one, you wondered if there are more. Well, today we're going to talk about bugs and critters a little bit. We have Mathew Vance with us. He's the Director of Operations at Express Facility Management, an ISSA member company. Hello, Mathew.
Hello.
Welcome to Straight Talk. I'm sure Express Facility Management provides many services. What about pest control? What do you folks do with that?
Pest control is really an integral part to keeping a building healthy and clean. And one of the things that we realized early on is that your sanitation and your pest control usually go hand in hand. You can usually solve a pest problem by solving a sanitation issue and vice versa. So a lot of times you're addressing the same issue but from two different directions. So we figured if we could bring it all in one house, then it would be a lot easier for us to help our customers fix their problems quicker because we don't have to then coordinate with another third party company. We can just coordinate it with ourselves and have our janitorial department work with our pest control department and help them figure out the best and quickest way to solve the pest problems or the sanitation issues that both sides are going to have to deal with.
A full service company. So it's great to talk to you today about this. Summer is here and the heat is cranking. I think you're in Phoenix, so it's probably toasty warm there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's nice and nice and toasty outside where you'll spend an extra hour driving around the parking lot looking for that one little bit of shade.
All right. So tell us about the common bugs or pests of summer that we might be on the lookout for this year.
If I had to narrow it down to maybe like my top three, you've got ants are always rocking and rolling in summer. That is their prime time. Ants will be around year round, but summer is when they are doing their most damage and their most activity, and that's when you're going to see the largest numbers of them. Ants, if you don't do your due diligence and take care of and do your pre-treatments in the springtime, you are going to have a lot harder time dealing with ants in the summer. So it's all about thinking a couple steps ahead. And then the other two I would say is mosquitoes. Those guys are prime time is between April and September. So that is pretty much when they are the most active is summer months. And then this insect is not actually something really affected by weather in any way, shape, or form, but it's affected by travel, which is bed bugs. Bed bugs are hitchhikers, and they are brought into new places and brought into new environments from us. And what happens in the summertime is everyone goes on vacation. So everyone's traveling, everyone's moving around a lot more, especially as we're coming out of lockdown. A lot of people are just tired of being at home. So we're going to see a huge increase in bed bug activity this summer and probably next.
You say we're going to see a huge increase. I hope I don't. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
I think everyone hopes that they don't
That's a
ever have to deal with it.
psychological issue, I would imagine.
I've been doing this for 20 years and it still grosses me out to this day.
Mm.
They're just one of those insects that give you the heebie-jeebies because they suck your blood, and that's a pretty disturbing thought.
Yeah. Heebie-jeebie, that sounds technical. We'll get into
It
that
is.
another time.
It absolutely is.
During the summer, obviously, a concern for you would be the temperature that your workers have to endure. What words do you have to share on that?
In the summertime, we have to be extremely careful with our technicians because heat stroke is a constant worry. And that is obvious in the desert because we're in 100+ temperatures. But it's other places in the United States too, where the temperature might not get as high, but with the combination of the humidity, it can be extremely dangerous as well. And unfortunately, one of the crazy things about heat stroke is once you've had it once, you're extremely more susceptible to getting it again and at much lower temperatures than you experienced it the first time. So if you push yourself too hard, you push yourself too far and you go into heat stroke, it could be a constant lifelong medical issue that you're battling. And it's a very dangerous thing. It could have a lot of repercussions throughout your life.
Well, I hope everyone's safe out there. I know the heat waves are hitting and we see it in the news every day. Let me ask you about schools. Now, we know that during the summer months, students are usually not in school. The the facility managers, the custodians, the cleaners, those doing the work might be in some buildings, but some might not be occupied as often. Any concerns about any of those buildings being overrun by bugs?
Honestly, my biggest concern, and it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out, is a lot of these schools shut down without knowing when they were going to reopen again. So normally when schools shut down for the summer, they know they're shutting down for the summer. So they have protocols and steps they take to put certain things away, clean things a certain way, do things in a certain process. But we were all playing this by ear. So a lot of these schools kind of partially shut down, and maybe they didn't go through that normal process. So maybe food was left out. Maybe other conducive conditions weren't addressed that normally would have been addressed. And now you've got these buildings that have been unoccupied for almost a year. And if there haven't been anyone in there, those bugs can make a pretty good foothold.
Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want to create an episode called Bugs of Summer unless we have to. So, well, Matthew, this is great information. We'll get with you another time, and maybe we'll talk more about bed bugs and how to look for them and what to do.
I look forward to it. Thank you very much, Jeff.
All right. Thanks, Matthew.